GM, we're live and we're waiting for 7. Good morning, everyone. I again apologize for being kind of late. Everyone's been running behind schedule here, so I had to run it back to a 9 a.m. start, but appreciate all you so much for coming in, hanging out. Yesterday, put out a video on a 0 RB draft I did because I couldn't go live, so hope people enjoyed that one. Going to try to do more pre-recorded stuff where I can kind of go in with a plan or at least a list of ideas of things I want to try. But yep, again, appreciate all of you. PPR Tyler, it is Tank Bigsby. It is Tank Bigsby. Is he one of the biggest ADP values on the big board? I don't know. Was I just rushed for time making my thumbnail? We may never know. But I do like Tank Bigsby. We do like Tank Bigsby quite a bit. But also maybe saving some other names for more clickbaity stuff. Hey, Fantasy Dog number 7. Like, hey, that's awesome. Appreciate you so much, Fantasy Dog. Hope you're having a great start to your day there. Did you see my chat in the tower asking PPR? PPR could probably bench press a mountain. Well, we know PPR is a absolute first in, last out in the gym. So I would not be surprised whatsoever. Who-Hames, sup fam? Hey, Who-Hames, hope you're having a great start to your day. Appreciate you so much. Likewise, Ricardo, what's good times? Absolutely. We're going to achieve deep lock on this very stream. You're going to see it here first. But thanks for coming in, Ricardo. Fantasy Dog, everyone's here, Who-Hames. Everyone is here. Purple Yosh, our Eliminator champ. Good morning to you, Purple Yosh. Maybe you're our good luck charm because we finally kind of got out of this between 6 and 9. I feel like my last 2 drafts, I've been in this like purgatory of getting them. So I'm glad to have something different, even if I don't get the 1.1. I'm underweight Bijan because I've been running cold on 1.1s, but I'll take a Puka share if that's what things end up with. Frog Clone, GM to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Appreciate you so much. We have conceptions of a plan. Indeed, Chris. Appreciate you. Yeah, as the ticker goes by, I think are we up to 5 wide receivers mocked in round 1 or 6? This latest mock from PFF had Concepcion, Boston, and Omar Cooper in round 1. So I guess that's 6 with the big 3 of Tyson, Tate, and Lemon up top. So, okay, we're not up. My phone flashed like I was on the clock. So yeah, they're projecting Gibbs at the 101. All right, we'll take Bijan. All right, let's do that. Pull the board up so people can see what's going on. So yeah, so that's pretty heavy. I'd be pretty surprised if we got 6 receivers in the first round, but that's what PFF has right now. Peanut Punch, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Likewise, Kelly Lapidus, good morning to you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out this morning. I think was it on the tower? You had a really funny comment, and I can't remember what it was, but I saw you out there. Thomas Law, GM to you. Hope you're having a good start to your day. Greg, fellow long-suffering Dolphins fan. I got my Dolphins hoodie on today, so surely that will bring us some good luck. Oh, Ricardo, that's you in the 1.1, and you passed on Bijan to go Gibbs. So there we go. I don't see anything wrong with that. If you have Gibbs ranked ahead, if that's what you want to do, I don't think that's bad. Paul Southworth, GM at the 1.6. All right, I see you. Legio 13. Twitter is back on the school Wi-Fi. We are so bad. Oh, was it blocked? That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Well, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you could be back there in the Twitter streets. Kelly says, Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Kelly. I hope everyone had a good one as far as that was. My kid and I tried to make a homemade card for the wife, and he had so much fun playing with the glue stick. We picked out a picture to glue onto the card, and as soon as the glue was dried, he changed his mind, went into a full meltdown, had to take the picture off, tore the card. It was a disaster. But you know what? We were trying. We were trying. He's 2, by the way, for those that don't know. Copy paste late Gibbs, probably 45-55 to outscore Bijan. Sure. I mean, maybe I would probably do like 60-40, but I'm not gonna like quibble over some percentage like that. I don't, assuming full health for everybody. I like Bijan more, but in an individual game, it's probably super close. And again, if we're playing for week 17, that's all that matters. Yeah. Fantasy Monster says RBs are king. Well, the drafts have agreed with you in 2026, Fantasy Monster. RBs indeed are king, and we are drafting as such. Bird Enthusiast GM to you. Okay, I see you in at the 11. I didn't go over everyone here, but we got Ricardo at the 1, myself at the 2, Legio 13 at the 6, Bird Enthusiast at the 11. So there we go. Morning, Thad, says Fantasy Dog. Morning to you, Fantasy Dog. All right, so we have one person at least brave enough to go receiver with JSN London. Bowers goes. That takes that temptation off the board. Let's see what Griffalicious gives to us. So in this range, I've been taking Rashee Rice over all of the other receivers here. I do feel like with Casey's offense, this to me is my favorite pick in this range. I'm not actually worried about any kind of suspension risk. I think that's overblown. I certainly wouldn't fault anyone for taking any of these other guys. Pickens did come back to us. I think with that said, I'm going to take one of these running backs here. We'll do Ken Walker. We'll take a Ken Walker share. So we got Bijan, Ken Walker, Rashee Rice. Ken Walker massively steamed up with the Super Bowl, but I'm okay with that. We'll grab him there at the pick 26. Fantasy Monster saying hello to Fantasy Dog and Blueless 1A. Appreciate you coming in. I see you. Hola, drafting from 12. All right, so you got Cook, McBride, start. Not bad. Not bad. So looking at the board real quick, do we see anything too out of the ordinary? Not particularly. Not particularly. We have one piss boy left, Sweetleaf 22. One brave no badger going 3 wide receivers. Legio doing the exact opposite, going robust RB with CMC, Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs. Yeah, it's actually been fun. When I did the video on Zero RB, I actually didn't hate how my running back room ended up. And maybe that's because it's not like 2 years ago when everyone was trying to start with 3 wide receivers. Maybe because it's kind of disfavored. You do get to pick in that second tier. You're not fighting with as many people. That running back room ended up starting with Ramondre and Jalen Warren. And then there's that next kind of range with Jadarian Price, Dowdle, Algier. I like those 3 quite a bit. I feel like if you get 4 of those guys total between Price, Dowdle, Algier, and then, someone in this Ramondre, Warren. I don't really have Tootin in there because I'm a little lower on him, but if you like him, putting him in there, I don't think I think you could compete, in the right year and the right weeks. I think that could work, but people are very, very reluctant to do it. So I don't know. Just, it's something I'm going to be doing a few more, definitely do a few more Zero RB builds as I complete my big board portfolio. Who aims? Maybe it's just because you love Bigs. I took a lot of Bigsby last year, and it didn't work per se, but it could have. It could have easily gotten there. I will say that trade to the Eagles just absolutely destroyed 2 of our favorite late round clicks in Shipley and Bigsby. It kind of vaporized both of their fantasy value ultimately. I know Shipley had gotten hurt, but it was unfortunate. I was a lot of the Shipley guy in that HVAD. Yeah. Yeah, the Shipley stuff had as bad a run at as you had, and that really was, I think, was injury related. Yeah, I'm with you, Crutches. Was playing week 1. He got hurt. And then it just mucked up the Bigsby stuff too, because I think he would have had a nice role in Jacksonville too, had that not happened. All right, let's see. What do we want to do? Cam Scatabo. Oh boy. I mean, if the sidekick says Scatabo up there, who am I to argue? See, this is why we have the sidekick. We have it to confirm picks we want to make already, and then we ignore it when we IKB. It's a good tool for that. But we will take Scatabo. I said I was gonna be at market. That turned out to be false. I'm a little above market on Cam Scatabo, but I just can't help myself. Let's see what Ricardo does. I'm a little light on Burden. I find myself taking the rookie receivers kind of in this range more than Burden. Maybe if Ricardo doesn't take him. Yeah. All right. I'll do a Luther Burden share. We'll do one of our first of him. All right, so this team so far is Bijan, Rashi Rice, Ken Walker, Cam Scatabo, Luther Burden. With Burden, it is still a very crowded offense there. And yeah, I don't know. I think part of it is like with the rookies, what are we hoping for? And it's sort of like we're hoping that they're Luther Burden, so might as well just take Luther Burden, especially with a few picks of ADP value. Got to take Burden. I'm light only because behind Zay and those type, but I force some def over the rookies. Yeah, I feel like Burden gets a little steamy, and so I find myself kind of inadvertently light on him. But the other thing is for a while you could get Waddle before Burden, and I was taking Waddle there every time. So my very early teams, I was overweight Waddle. Waddle was in the 60s when this started and slowly has moved up. Yeah, and I also agree on the Zay Jones thing. I would take both of them over Burden, which has put Burden kind of in a weird spot where the draft has to fall just so. He's just elite. You bet on the increased route share. Yeah, for sure. And you started to see that like later and later in the season. Frogcone has too much Zay. I think Zay is fine. I wouldn't consider him steamy. If this was last year, he'd be a second rounder with that yards per route run. That's fair. That's fair. I guess steamy is the wrong word. I feel like he's kind of slappy in doing a lot of drafts on stream. I feel like the people that watch stream drafts are higher on players like Burden than the general population. So, but yeah, I agree. If people just extrapolated that out like they have in the past, he would be going higher. Huhames, I kind of like Odunze over Burden, but I have them back. Oh, I'm not with you there. I'm kind of an Odunze hater, and maybe that's to my detriment. And he looked great to start the season, but I don't know. I find myself feeling like they're not particularly close. And I actually have Odunze behind this. They went back to back here, this Tate, Lemon, Tyson range. I would, and even for me, Watson. I have those four ahead of Odunze for myself. I think I have very little Odunze. All right, let's see. Room is coming back to us. I don't have any reason to make this a Burrow team if he were to fall. Ramondre is at the top of the value. Let's take Parker Washington here. I think I'm good with that. So we'll take Parker Washington. We'll see what Ricardo does. I do like these running backs. Oh my God, what did I just click? Terrible stuff. Okay. He takes Ricky Pearsall. This is a tough choice. Getting the fourth solid running back does feel pretty good. The machine is yelling at me to take Jalen Warren, but we're going to take Jerry Rice instead. We're going to grab our Michael Wilson share. I just really hope it's not Kyler. as quarterback, because that's going to be terrible. Hey, GM to you, Bindles. Appreciate you so much. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Odunze over Burden is crazy work. He didn't even look great. He just ran giga hot over expected, says Crutches. Yeah, I had some... I got fooled by Odunze for a little bit in mid-season before realizing it was a slightly vaporous. Fantasy Monster, though, disagreeing, saying hating Odunze is crazy talk. Copy paste laid. Burden is live to be a second-round pick this time next year. Odunze isn't. I mean, I think I agree in the sense that I don't think Odunze is going to have a good enough season to do that, but I don't know. Players can have these sort of unexpected meteoric rises. He's still he's going to be a third-year player. If he has like a monster season, he could rise up quite a bit. But yeah, I think the talent level on Burden is way higher. So I definitely agree with that point. Critcher says, I don't think I've seen Odunze in my ranks in a single draft. Yeah, I don't know. How much Odunze do I have? I do have completed drafts. Oh my God. What am I doing, guys? All right, here we go. How much Odunze do I have? Why am I like struggling? Okay, I have no Odunze. I have Romeo Dobbs, no Odunze. There we go. So, I am not lying to you guys. I have no Romo Odunze. I have not taken him a single time. Could be bad. Or his hand's injured. Oh no. We haven't seen Burden's ceiling yet. Yeah, I agree there. Good says GM digging the new music. Hey, appreciate you, Goods. I was experimenting a little bit. I might switch it to Night Drive so people don't go too. I actually made this track myself, so I appreciate you saying that. If you all hate the music, though, you got to tell me so I can switch it. I don't want people tuning out because I was trying something. Fancy play syndrome to fade the rookie with all-time great yards per route run, but DJ Moore likely to read. Yeah, I assume it's not a fade on Odunze, or excuse me, on Burden that he's talking about, but I would definitely not be fading Burden, and I hope people aren't. Playing for ceiling and best ball, got a swing on Burden. Agree there. Fantasy Monster, Odunze got hurt and didn't get back right. Please don't draft him. Allow me. I assume you're being facetious and you're trying to scoop Burden shares. Crutches noted, yes. You got it. It is cruise control for awesome. All caps. All right, let's see. There's no way Griffalicious lets us have Mahomes here. There's no way. I'm not even going to look. Yeah, no. We knew that. I've been doing this long enough to know we weren't getting that. We will take Kyle Pitts, though, and then one of these quarterbacks. Who the heck cares anymore? We didn't get our Mahomes. Copy paste laid 3.2 Odunze, 8.1 Burden. So you're right at market on Burden, or near market. Yeah, 0 Odunze might be aggressive, but that's how I have him ranked, and that's how I've been drafting. You can also say we haven't seen Odunze's ceiling. All right, hold on one sec, guys. I got to make my pick. This is tough. I do think I need one of these quarterbacks. I don't know. We're too slow. I don't think I nimble fingered it. I thought I had it. I can't freeze time like some people can. We end up with Knicks. It's easy to get frozen out at quarterback, especially when you're on the turns. You have no it can get kind of crazy on you before you can react. So I don't mind Bo Nix. I also don't mind if he's unstacked, and you can get late Franklin or Mims shares to pair with him. Yeah, we will see them. We will see them in lowercase, but just I do appreciate you just to be safe, Fantasy Monster. I also think we can see Bird and ceiling, and it's elite. Just want to see the same thing. Yeah, I mean, he won Mr. Sherman $2 million. There's definitely a ceiling. 2.85 yards per route. I'm okay with that being the ceiling, just expanded route share. He was also famously on my dog bowl team and scored about eight points in week 15 when I needed him most. But you know, we won't hold that against him. We'll blame Caleb for looking like utter garbage for the whole first half of that game. Burden would be so easy to click if Jay wasn't there for me, or Zay rather. Yeah, I think I'm taking both of them, but I need more Burden because I think I'm lighter on him than I should be. I need to pivot over. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Copy paste late. It's tough. It's hard to take a ton of Burden because of liking the value on Lamar. All the running backs, the rookie receivers, Waddle, Watson for me. Too many other values. Yeah, it was Waddle and Watson for me. That was the problem. Taking a ton of those guys. So want to get back to more Burden. Also, for me, like the big board, I'm gonna have some wonky stands and exposures. I think for post-draft, I'll try to be a little more deliberate about evening them out. So yeah. Who aims? I'm at market. O'Dune's a 4% Burden, not a full fade. I have a chunk of Lamar though. I don't think I have a single Lamar share. I am out on Lamar Jackson, and maybe that's bad, but I did not like what I saw last season from Lamar Jackson. I'm just not taking him in the fourth round this year. I will take a lot of Josh Allen in the third before Lamar Jackson in the fourth. And then if I want a elite quarterback, I'm more than happy to take Hurts and Daniels in the sixth. That's just how I've been doing it. Copy paste late. If Burden was 10 picks later. Yes, I would too. Copy paste late. That would be really nice. Brian the Goober, GM to you. Hey, appreciate you, Brian. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Hope you're getting ready for your NBA Dog Bowl experience with G for Gumby. Jealous of you guys that y'all get to go do that. That's going to be a ton of fun. All right, what are we doing here? I think we're just taking our king, Emmett Johnson. Gainwell would be fine, but let's grab another running back here in this range. So we'll take Emmett Johnson, and then I think another quarterback, because we are picking at 143, 146 QB ADPs. Man, it's like right there for Kyler, Ward, and Malik Willis. I don't think I can count on two of those guys being there at that point, so we're going to take one. I would rather take Darnold, I think, in this range. Darnold, Ken Walker isn't really much of a stack, but that's fine. We'll take Darnold here. Tierran says, I personally don't like Rome or Luther. I'd rather Loveland and Moore. The Loveland guy emerges. That is the other thing. Loveland in that range. There are, I'm trying to make sure I don't get zero Loveland because I like him a lot. I do think he's kind of overpriced by kind of a lot, but he is the type of player at a onesie position where I don't want to be like totally out on, because he is live to separate. So I don't want to be out, but yeah, he is expensive. Crutches has Infinity Zay shares. Yeah. Loveland's going in the 30s though, and DJ Moore won't even be on the team. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what people's thoughts are on DJ Moore. I'm out on him. I don't think I've taken any of him, no matter where he is. But give me the elite player and value or nothing else. I mean, nothing but the best. What are we doing drafting players we don't like? If DJ Moore gets shipped away, where does Burden go? I'll jump to Peanut Punch. I don't think you are. I think you think that, but we never price things right at all. Every year people say this thing's priced in, and then it happens. So it was priced in, and then we double count it. So maybe you're right that he is priced in, but we're going to double count it and he's going to rise. However you want to look at it, he's going to go up. I guarantee it. Copy paste late. Lamar's the kind of guy to play bad because he hates his head coach. I don't know if I'm ready to say that. He just looked inaccurate. He got run down by a defensive lineman. I don't know, man. I am concerned. Fantasy Dog not taking Lamar either. Yeah, the end of the season was horrible. It was horrible. Copy paste late feels like it, but we know from past things are never priced in. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Things are never priced in. Ricardo auto-picked Ayuk. Oh, rip. I have one Ayuk share because he was like 40 picks past ADP, and I was like, oh, well, everyone has a price. But yeah, I think it's my only Ayuk share. Loveland guy emerges. 6 more weeks of football. Exactly. Loveland day. Who says, I easily click Loveland before Burden, but his ADP is higher. Glad he's been sliding some. Has Loveland been sliding some? I haven't noticed per se. All right. What do we want to do here? This is kind of a weird range. This is not my favorite spot to be in. I don't. No. I know who I want. I want Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant. All right, we're taking Pat Bryant to stack with Knicks. I need one of these quarterbacks. I don't think Ricardo's going to take 2. So I will get one of Kyler Ward or Malik Willis. I'm pretty agnostic as to which of those. He still gives me the choice. I think Malik Willis is the most fun. And if he signs, depending on where he signs, I think he could rise. He has risen quite a bit, so maybe this is the signing price. But to me, he's the biggest swing in this range. Could I have taken Kyler to potentially stack with Michael Wilson? Sure, but I feel like if it's Kyler, my Michael Wilson shares are in trouble. Are in trouble. All right, let's see. Let me pull the board back up so people can see what's going on. FF Chef, my first look at the big board. Which 5'9" satellite back are we taking in the 3rd round? Oh, boy. I think we've gotten better about that. But I am way overweight on Emmett Johnson. He's not a satellite back, though. But as far as, like, rookie pick that could go sideways, I'm way overinvested in him. Jake says, you can't keep bringing up Lamar getting chased down by a lineman while knowing he was allegedly healthy. He was allegedly healthy for that. Ooh, Crutches asks, who is my Galaxy Brain one-and-done pick of the week? I keep changing who I have. I keep changing it. I keep going. Right now, I actually think I have Rory in there. But I could see myself Galaxy Braining over to Fleetwood. I don't know. I keep switching who I'm doing. I don't like it. I don't know. And then part of me thinks like it could just be Scotty week and we're overthinking it. And it's like Scotty's never won at Riviera. But I mean, players have never won anywhere until they win there. Like he's probably going to win at some point. So I don't know. I am struggling right now. Right now it's Rory, but it's still only Tuesday. So I'll make the official pick tomorrow. Real story, Zay super cheap, as you're all saying. Yeah, I'd buy that, right? We were taking him at the 3-4 turn, and now he's a where did he go here? He went closer to 4-5. So yeah, he's definitely cheap compared to where he could be. I'd rather have Shaheed Dobbs than Rome Luther. Caleb doesn't get tunnel vision. The offense will be spread if healthy. I assume you mean at cost. I don't know. I like Shaheed and Dobbs. I've been taking plenty of them. You guys saw him like over twice the field on Dobbs, but they go so differently. I have a hard time like comping them. It feels a little apples to oranges for me. All right, let's see. What do we want to do here? All right. Troy Franklin might be here, although I'm a little cool on Franklin. I feel like I just prefer Mims, who's virtually free, to that. We already have Pat Bryant. I take a ton of Travis Kelce because I still don't think we fully priced in him coming back. DK, Surratt, Tucker. A lot of different names here that I kind of like. I'll take Travis Kelce and then one of these wide receivers or running backs, I think. I am switching back and forth. It's not good with the one and done. Chris says, is it possible that Caleb Johnson without Rodgers and no Gainwell actually has real value? I'm playing it as though Rodgers is going back. So all right, I made Tank Bigsby the thumbnail. I'm just going to take him here. Let's do it. Let's grab our Bigsby share. Let's do that. So there we go. So for the audio listeners so far, the team: Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, Malik Willis, Bijan, Ken Walker, Cam Scatterbo, Emmett Johnson, Tank Bigsby. Wide receiver room: Rashee Rice, Luther Burden, Parker Washington, Michael Wilson, Pat Bryant, and tight ends of Kyle Pitts and Travis Kelce. Yeah, I like the team. So Chris, I think I'm playing it that Rodgers is coming back, and I have concern about a new coaching staff with a running back they didn't draft. I don't think he's like a horrible click, because you could read that the other way, that the new coaching staff might actually like him and use him. But in my mind, it sounds like Rodgers is pretty likely to be back in Pittsburgh. Jake says, you think Lamar? I do. I think Lamar has drawn the black marble. I really do. I think speed is the first thing to go. And if he loses a quarter of a step and is not the hyper elite athlete that we know, and he looked terrible in the pocket last year, that I don't want to draft him in the 4th round. And that could be really stupid and bad. But I think the margin between elite speed and fast is fractions of a second. And if that's not there, then I don't like it. I don't know. Zay is a smash, says Crutch is probably my highest owned player. Yeah, I should be getting more of him. I think I'm probably just like around market. Chris says, I have some Caleb, but I'm pretty sure A-Rod is back. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Feels like I'm in the Twilight Zone, says Fan. Hopefully in a good way. Hopefully it's like one of those good episodes of the Twilight Zone. I don't think those exist, though. But copy paste late. It's possible Caleb with Rodgers, no Arthur Smith is something. Yeah. Again, I mean, he was a what was he, a 3rd round pick last year? No, I'm like already like memory holing the draft. He had decent enough draft capital. Let me look that up. Where did he go, Caleb? Yeah, 3rd round. Okay. Chris says, Rodgers is crazy difficult for the rookie running backs. He hates getting hit. That is true. That is true. Legio taking Horton was a little unfortunate. I would have, Horton would have been one of my picks with Darnold here. So that was a little unfortunate. Omar Cooper going is unfortunate too, because that's who I wanted as well. But the days of getting him in the 190s might be coming to a close, with him now getting mocked in the 1st round of stuff. All right, let's see. What do we want to do? All right, let's close out the running back room with Keaton Mitchell. I haven't been taking a ton of him, but he's a free agent. Maybe he winds up somewhere, sees a little bit more usage than he's been getting. And then we need a wide receiver. The rookie Zachariah Branch goes. Let's just take Marvin Mims. We'll grab a Marvin Mims share. It's always tough, but he is a spike week guy. If he only hits my lineup twice, but he hits my lineup at all, that could pay off in a big way. So we'll take a late Marvin Mims share. Who Aim says, I love your support of the Dolphins even after they're openly tanking next season. Yeah, I mean, that's my team. There's nothing I can do. I was born into it. I have no delusion that they're going to be good. They can corner. You're not. It's not Bob. Is Josh Allen a passer to retain value versus Lamar, or similar profile when the athleticism starts to decline? I would think so. And he's also, like, just huge. Like, when he needs, I think he'll be able to get yards. Um, I think he'll be able to get yards on the ground when he has to, like, longer in his year than someone who has, like, Lamar Jackson's frame. I don't know. Like, I just think Josh Allen's gonna hold up better because he's just, like, a huge dude, and Lamar is, like, kind of lanky. Who aims? I have 68% Cooper on drafters through 28 drafts. Average ADP 201 feels good. Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because as you see, he's scrolling by now. Mock draft 26, Buffalo Bills, Omar Cooper Jr. So, I mean, if that happens, if he gets drafted by Buffalo, man, it's going to be wheels up in the big board. Chris says 10 to 12 touches per game, and Keaton is a smash at this price. Yeah, he's somebody that I haven't been mixing in that I'm gonna start adding. Sorry, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the mic does that. I'll listen back, and I do not know why. But respect to support your team when they have no shot. Hey, appreciate you, Who Hames. I feel like you're fortunate with the Chiefs. You probably won't be there for a while, but hopefully not. All right, so let's see. What do we need? What do we need? I think these 6 running backs is enough to end the running back room, and this is going to be a 3-6-8-3 team. So I saw Malachi Fields goes. He's a guy that I have some level of interest in. I'll queue up Malik Washington with the idea that he could end up being, he could be the wide receiver 2 in Miami if they don't add somebody. I know this mock had the Dolphins drafting a wide receiver. Or I think it did. We'll take that, and we'll see. We'll see if he comes to us. As far as tight ends, with Pitts and Kelsey, I'm okay taking a flyer on one of the rookies late. So I will make tight end Mr. Irrelevant in this draft. I'll grab Malik Washington here. And then we'll see what Ricardo does. Keon Coleman is still here. Very polarizing pick. Claiborne goes. So I think I will try to take Jeremy Bernard here, assuming Ricardo doesn't snag him. If he does, then yeah, we'll take the shot on Jeremy Bernard, one of PPR Tyler's favorites. So that's it. That will wrap up the wide receiver room, and then tight ends. I mean, Chris noting that the R2D2 mic is too big to fail. It is. What could go wrong? It's sturdy. You know, it's. I lived through the early 2000s as a KC fan. I understand. Yeah, I hear that. I went to one of those games, Hugh Hames. I went to the Dolphins Chiefs game in 2009, I think, or 10. I think it was 9, and it was empty. The Dolphins were terrible. The Chiefs were even worse. I think Ted Ginn Jr. ran back a touchdown. It was like negative 15 degrees with the wind chill. It was brutal. But yeah, I remember that era of Chiefs was not good. Egger saying GM Chad. Hey, Eggers, GM to you. Appreciate you. You know, you coming by. Maybe it's a sign we take Nez's guy, Michael Trigg. So let's queue up Michael Trigg. We'll see if he goes. But appreciate you, Eggers. Hope you're having a great one. Whoever remembers that game, I do too. It was the coldest I've been in my entire life. I went into the bathroom. I thought there was a line. There was no line. It was just dozens of men huddled for warmth. And as most of you know, dudes don't tend to linger in these stadium bathrooms if they don't have to. But it was the only place where it was warm. It was like a bunch of penguins hanging out. Who Aim says, I watched Aaron McFadden run for 200 yards live. Oh, yes. Ricardo says, awesome drafting with you. I got to run. Hey, Ricardo, appreciate you so much. Fun draft. Hope you have a great one, and thanks for being a good neighbor at the one hole. I feel like we kind of, I didn't even really have to mention what you were doing. We stayed out of each other's way, so you did end up getting worthy there. So thank you for doing that and taking it from Griffalicious, because Griffalicious took unstacked Mahomes from me and tried to submarine my draft. Wheel route FF. Sus. Well, I hope you're saying sup, but sus. What's sus? What happened? Are you? Yes, I don't know if you're trying to say that. Ricardo and I were in league, but we were not. But appreciate you, Wheel Route. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. We'll take Michael Trigg. That seems fine. That seems fine. All right, so that'll do it for this draft. We've got Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, Malik Willis, Bijan, Ken Walker, Cam Scatabo, Emmett Johnson, Tank Bigsby, Keaton Mitchell, Rashee Rice, Luther Burden, Parker Washington, Michael Wilson, Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims, Malik Washington, Jeremy Bernard, and then Pitts, Kelsey, and Trigg. I will say, get a little distracted doing these. Maybe I should have considered trying to push for Michael Penix rather than taking Willis here, being that I did have Pitts and Bijan. I kind of forgot I had that Atlanta thing going. I probably wouldn't have gotten it, being that Sweetleaf drafted him here at 164, but who knows? Maybe if I don't take Willis, he takes Willis there and Penix falls to me. So, maybe something I should have considered a little more was getting that stack and having Pitts and Bijan opened Penix up. But alas, that's not the way we went. Oh, I see. Who Ames gets it? Yeah, guys huddled in the restroom. No, I know. That's what I was saying. But no, it was so cold. It was the only place that was heated in the whole stadium. That's what the kids say. Yeah. Drake London being drafted after Saquon is wild. Drake London, I've seen him fall to pick 24 to the Bijan drafter. It does happen. So there are those who are either just running back at all cost extremists, or maybe are just like London doubters. So, all right, that one was fun. Let's do one more. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pretend like I need likes to draft, but please like the stream. Please like the stream. Please sub if you haven't. I have to join on my phone because I got a location error when I joined this one. So it's going to happen again. Waiting for 7 if anyone wants to get in. But yeah, if you can, please drop a like. Please drop a sub. We're trying to get to 500 subs. We're 38 subs away and would absolutely love to. Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm in the draft. And we're off. And we're back in 9-hole purgatory. Dear God. Dear God. All right, give me 1 second. Eggers saying to draft some golf for baseball. There definitely will not be baseball drafted on this channel. And I don't say that with any malice towards baseball. I just don't know enough ball to do a dinger draft. The people that do those drafts either have great ranks, easy DFS.xyz, $39.99. I'm not being compensated in any way to say this, but Easy does have good ranks. If you want to get in, maybe I'll even do that. Who knows? Who knows? So I just said I won't do dinger drafts, but maybe we'll do dinger drafts eventually. But yeah, not right now because I don't have my lifetime membership expired. Crutches says I'm rich. Yeah, I see you, Rich, because you got the 1.1. My God. It felt malicious. I don't know. I missed that. I'm not sure what felt malicious. Who Ames? I'm doing baseball with zero knowledge tomorrow. The other thing is baseball drafts are live. Like if I rip a NBA dog bowl, it takes like 5 minutes. If I do a whole dinger draft, like not knowing who people are, it's gonna get real stale. Eggers asks, how would you know they're good ranks? Because I trust Easy. I mean, I just implicitly trust Mr. Easy, and so I know he wouldn't put out he wouldn't charge the people $39.99 for an inferior product. I just, there's people you can trust, and he's on the list. So we got Bijan going at the 1. I'm here at the 9. The 9 is not fun. The 9 is not a ton of fun. I was even thinking I could try to do 0 RB, but I don't want to do a 0 RB team from 9 there. Who do we take, guys? I'm so leery about CMC. No. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do Justin Jefferson. Maybe this will be 0 RB. Who knows? Let's take Justin Jefferson there and see what happens. We're gonna switch it up a little. I say that with no malice. Oh. No, I like baseball. I like baseball a lot. I used to be really into fantasy baseball, but just don't have the time to devote to the day in, day out grind, which is probably why I should do DFS, because best ball, because I don't have to do the daily lineups, which I just don't have time for. All right, Justin Jefferson. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do Jefferson McBride. We'll do 0 RB. We'll do 0 RB for the people and see what happens. I say 0 RB. I'm probably going to draft a running back in the next round, but we'll see. We'll see. Wheel Rat says 9 is more fun with Cook going at 7. Definitely would have gone CMC there. That's fair. That's fair. I probably should have just taken that chance to grab CMC. I'm just kind of in trying to get lighter on CMC kick. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, thinking about this as a portfolio of 150, I probably should have just grabbed McCaffrey there, wheel route. I think you're right. But you know what? Sometimes you just get a feeling and you gotta run with it. So we'll see. There's not going to be a ton of Jefferson McBride teams. I'll say that, because you're never going to get them in the second and third. So you have to go out of your way. And who knows? A 9 team is a crutches. I will make a promise. I will end up with 0-9 on my exposures. Whether or not I have Jefferson, Addison, and Jalen Naylor. I don't even know. Ty Felton. Because Hawkinson's a free agent. Oliver. There we go. I was trying to think of a tight end who'd be on the team. One of your takes, Stone 0 CMC. He's been a tough click for me. I'm in the same boat. And again, I mean, we makes a point, if you're going to take him, maybe take him when he's fallen. But it's not even that big a fall. Hartman says GM. Hey, GM to you. Appreciate you. Crutches takes Amon-Ra, CD, Genty, Cook, A-Chain over CMC. That's honestly kind of where I've been. Yeah. I was a little hopeful maybe I would get something like a Genty falling. This is kind of a weird room. Everyone's getting a little rogue. Henry at 14 is slightly wild. So let's lock in. See what we want to do. Let's see what Mr. Vinegar does. He takes AJ Brown. All right, let's do it. Let's take T. Higgins. Let's go down this road. Let's go down this 0 RB road, see what we can do. Davis did a 0 RB draft yesterday. It was a pretty good stream and draft. We'll try it here. And again, I put out a 0 RB video yesterday. So maybe we'll compare this team to that one. But we got Jefferson, McBride, and Higgins. Appreciate you. Wheel Route Who says, what's your target percent CMC, or just go straight off ranks? Hold on, everyone. I am picking, oh gosh, a bunch of, oh boy. All right. Well, I know I said I'm doing 0 RB. I will take Etienne here. So there it goes. It's not a 0 RB team. I'm J-Mo and Adams are kind of like not my favorite receivers here. If Devonta Smith had been there, I would have continued down the 0 RB path. And if I didn't already have Trey McBride, I would have taken Loveland there. I am somewhat double elite tight end curious, but not on a team where I have no running backs in the first 4 rounds. I think you're trying to do too much there, at least for me. So, kind of capitulated a bit. This room is wild. We had Henry go at 14. Now we have someone go Allen Lamar on the same team. So, dear God, this is a and then myself taking Jefferson McBride to start. One of the most healthy and heavy workload seasons, efficiency dropping, now hitting 30. Yeah, it's just reliant on pure Shanahan and volume, which can take you to the promised land. But gosh, his just the rushing was so bad when it was just like a straight handoff was just like, ugh, like horrible. Who aims? I've taken CMC at 10 3 times and don't even honestly like it there. Yeah, that's I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I like the Saquon thesis, but way worse. Yeah, too much tread on the off the tires. I thought CMC would be a second rounder. I was still going to fade there. I thought he would drop 2, but more to the back of the first round. I'm still surprised his ADP is 7. It's too early. Derrick Henry is an ox, my friend. I agree. He's just an ox that normally goes on the left side of the board, but I don't hate it. I mean, you took a first round pick and a second round pick, and you just I don't think it's bad. I was just kind of expecting Henry would be there for me. Chris says Adams was not very good last year, buoyed by touchdowns, which are not predictable. Yeah, he ran really hot with that, which I think if you think that, you should take a lot of Kyron, because I think if you think those 1-2 yard touchdowns revert. Let me make my pick here. Oh, I think we sprint to the podium for DeAndre Swift here. Yeah, we'll take Swift here. Yeah, I also really think they were trying to get Stafford the MVP. So I think there's a good chance that the rushing touchdown market share increases in LA. So I somewhat agree with that. Crutches, yeah, you wanted Burden. I miss where Burden went. Stone 0, RJ Harvey. I am darn near 0 myself. I am very low on Harvey. I can check my Harvey exposure after this. I agree. I don't know. I have very little Harvey, and I have even less Travion Henderson. But the Travion Henderson dead enders are loud. They are loud and they are legion. All right, what do we want to do here, guys? What are we doing? The machine wants Mike Evans. I think I prefer Sutton to Evans. Oh my God, no chance. I was going to capitulate to big sidekick, and I hit the wrong button. So there we go. Cortland Sutton. It is. I'm surprised the machine again has May and Hurts over Burrow, even despite having T. Higgins. Kind of interesting. All right, let's see. How much RJ Harvey do I have in my drafts? I have one RJ Harvey team. One RJ Harvey share. So there you go. I can't say I have Stone 0 because I have Pebble 1. I don't know. It's just all right. Terrence says, Crutches, you took my boy McLaurin. Here, let me get the board up. You guys can piece together the mayhem. Yeah, Burden went at 47 right before Crutches, who was going anchor RB with Bijan, Pickens, Rice, McLaurin, and Tate. Goods, last year's big board champion, in the room at the 2. Yeah, I didn't go over who was in here. Killer room. Crutches and Goods at the 1-2 turn. We've got Mr. Vinegar here at 8. At 9. Wow. At 8. Myself at 9. T-Bear at the 11. So a tough room going on here. Mediocre prospect profile lead running back went down, still didn't get workhorse, and isn't the passing down back. Yeah, he had the perfect run out. I don't understand the Harvey price either. I'm with you. Chris says Saquon has a crazy number of carries between college and NFL. Guys can only get so much. Yeah, it does feel like the wheels are beginning to fall off. Part of that was systemic failure in Philadelphia and the offensive line not being healthy. I would be curious to see how he would have fared with at least the offensive line being healthy. He's not a guy I want zero of, especially if the grumblings that they're going to ban the tush push come true, because I think that could just be a free additional like 6-ish touchdowns or something that he's going to get that are now being siphoned over to Hurts. All right, let's see. Parker Washington goes. The machine really wants me to take a quarterback. We're not going to listen to that, I don't think. I think I'll take Jacoby Myers here. And then we'll see what the room gives to us around the corner. Kind of a weird spot. Kind of a weird draft. Yeah, nobody has a PP Punch and T-Bear don't have a quarterback. Wheeler has Jaden Daniels. We'll see what happens. Similar to Hendo, but at least Hendo's prospect profile was elite. Yeah, Hendo's a little tougher of a fade because we saw what happens, and you know he does have that like legitimate explosive play, slate breaking upside in his bag. So T-Law go. My gosh, it's the day of QB sniping here. What do we want to do? Shoot. All right. I will take Mahomes. I don't like this. I kind of wanted to take a running back. I kind of probably should have taken a running back there, but I panicked a little bit. That's somewhat on me, because I think I would have been okay pushing this to Knicks at 105, who's probably going to be there. Now he goes at 101, so I couldn't really even push Knicks. All right. Well, we end up with unstacked Mahomes, so we're part of the problem with the unstacked Mahomes, with apologies to Crutches over there with Rashee Rice. Quarterback, I didn't identify quarterback's going to be weird with Allen and Jackson going here. It kind of takes one of the QBs off the board that people are going to start pushing quarterback at. Adams has always been a TD machine. That is true. That is true. Crutches noting is that near 0% Devontae after being super overweight last year. Yeah. He's gotten so expensive. I think he's wildly overpriced. I'm with you there. Building a dynasty team from the 12 hole. Yeah, that's a pretty young team there. It's like Herbert's like the surly veteran on the team. Goods, rookie and Sean Payton. It's weird. Think he'll be fine if Dobbins is gone. Yeah, Dobbins is another funny one. There are people who think he's like the biggest value on the board, and then there's some people that have like near zero. I think I've taken a few shares of him, but I tend to be coming up on the underweight side of him. Chris noting that the 7 holes wide receiver strategy is something else. Lemon, Harrison, Pierce. It's a little light. It's definitely a little light. Yeah. Okay, maybe double tight end was bad there. Wanted to try something weird. Fannin and Warren. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's bad. I like taking those 2 elite onesies in the big board, because if you strike it rich with the right late running backs and receivers, like you can make up that value, and those are going to be easier to hit than late like tight end value. Like we'll be very lucky if one of these rookie tight ends beyond Sadiq is like fantasy relevant at all, whereas you can draft one of these rookie receivers or running backs is going to be a diamond in the rough. Okay, so Bo Nix goes 1 pick before us. Thanks, Mr. Vinegar. Appreciate that. We'll take Tyler Algier here. He's actually my favorite of these running backs in this range, who I think is going to get a role or a sign somewhere next season. Free agent. That's the word I'm looking for. Dear God. Dear God. Copy paste late, Chad. What percent is your highest owned? Let me pull. I keep saying I'm going to pull up my exposures after this. Let me pull up my exposures after this. I'll tell you right now, it's Emmett Johnson, and it's high. It's really high. All right, let's see. Let's see. What is the room going to give to us? What does T-Bear do? T-Bear takes Kincaid. What does PP Punch do? I'm just going to take Jadarian Price. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll slap it up. I think Jadarian Price at that pick is pretty nice. I know he doesn't catch passes, but I don't care. He looks legit. He looks legit. So for the audio listeners, we got Mahomes, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Tyler Algier, Jadarian Price, wide receiver room of Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, Jacoby Myers, and Trey McBride. Our exposures are, I don't think this is showing the last draft. All right, whatever. Emmett Johnson, 50%. Kyle Pitts, near 40%. Malik Willis, near 40%. Michael Wilson, 38.5%. Mike Washington. I've been trying to get less Mike Washington. This got out of control. He was like a default click. I don't want that much of that. That's way too high. Travis Kelce, Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, all above 30%. Pat Fry. So you guys can see a lot of Tyler Algier, Gunnar Helm, probably more Joe Mixon than I want. A lot of Tank Bigsby. So let me go back over to the draft, but that's the long and short of it. We're very, very high exposures in pre-draft. I will not be doing this in post-draft in all likelihood. Unless I think there's something that the market is way, way wrong about. But I think the market's much more inefficient in the big board. All right, let's see. Peanut Punch T-Law was the stack I put. Okay, gotcha. Copy paste. Unstack Mahomes is fine. Best ball. Brashard, Kelce outs too. Yep. And I take a lot of Kelce. We'll see if he ends up on this particular crew. Where should Devontae go? Where is he going now? Where are you, Devontae Adams? 46. Yeah, I don't know. Like 7 or 8 picks later to me, but it's probably fair with his like touchdown upside, and like he's just such a red zone threat, and his game is just one that ages so gracefully. I can't really fault where he's going. Crutches thinks his price tag is fine, just 1 year older, and considering I can get Zay, Ladd, Devonta, Bird. Yeah, exactly right. There's just like a few guys I prefer there. Crutches saying not bad. 2 elite prospects, just losing all the QBs. Oh yeah, taking the two tight ends there. Gainwell goes. We're just gonna say the line Bart and take Emmett Johnson. We waited to take our first running back in Travis Etienne. Now I can back off of running back pretty heavily. So pretty happy with the running back room here. I actually kind of like this team. I think we're flying the plane pretty well. Let's see what we can do. I mean, we did end up with Algier and Price. So I guess it's fine. But yeah, I was eyeing Knicks out of the corner of my eye, thinking maybe I can get him. All right, what we're not going to do here is pass on quarterback, and I just have Mendoza over these guys. I know I have McBride and Kyler's. Let me live in denial about Kyler Murray going back to Arizona. Let me believe in a better future for the Cardinals. But we will take Mendoza. I think it's a fun upside swing there. Crutch is a big price guy. Couldn't justify passing quarterback again. Yeah, especially on the turn. It's really tough. So I don't blame you there. But yeah, I was surprised Price made it all the way back around the turn to me once I took Algier. And yeah, you get Love Reed. It's a nice just instant stack from the 8-9. Saber, hey, first of all, GM to you. Hope you're having a great day. What do you think the Seattle Seahawks do for the backfield draft a running back go for Brees? I still think Ken Walker comes back. I'll be surprised if he doesn't, but I guess you never know. I mean, they drafted, they draft Damian Martinez, but super late last year. I could see them drafting someone in the later rounds as a stopgap till Sharps comes back, or signing like a really dusty free agent running back. I can't think of anyone like someone like a Miles Sanders kind of back. I'm not saying him specifically, but I could see them signing a veteran just to carry them until Sharps is back. I actually think that's probably the most likely scenario, because it's clear they liked not making Ken Walker the bell cow, and whether that was the plan or not, keeping him fresh for the playoffs, it worked. So I do think they're going to want to have somebody in there that they trust as a second running back. Extreme Anchor RB. So you started with Bijan and then didn't take one until rounds 10, and then Coleman and Mason. Yeah, I will agree, this is extreme. Especially when your first running back after Bijan is a rookie. That is we'll be keeping a close eye on who you end up taking with the remaining picks there. All right, Matthew Golden go. I don't have like hardly any Matthew Golden, but I would not have passed on him there. What I'm not going to pass on is just the Travis Kelce stack with Mahomes. We'll just grab that. Won't risk that coming back around. And again, now that we have McBride and Kelce, some people would stop at 2 tight ends. Tight ends just get hurt so much. I'm going to take a third, but I'm going to make it in all likelihood my very last pick. All right, let's see. Probably in need of a wide receiver here. Travis Hunter goes. I'll take Josh Downs. No pun intended. A down year for him. If I don't think both Alec Pierce and Pittman will be back. I think one of them is going to be on the move. I do think Downs kind of suffers with Warren eating a lot of his lunch, but I don't know. I think the talent is still there. I like Josh. I do like Josh Downs, so we'll add him at pick 160. Not somebody I have a ton of, but I prefer him a lot to Booty. I think Booty is like the worst click on the board. I don't think Booty's going to be a starting receiver for New England next year. I think something has to change there. Tara's asking a 12 hole, why take Herbert there? That felt personal. I missed that. You had Ladd. They already had Jaden Daniels. Well, they went Herbert QJ. You can't get too mad when someone makes an instant stack. Hartman saying Kyler could be Miami's savior. I don't like Kyler. I don't want him in Miami. I would honestly rather us just roll out Quinn Ewers and draft some draft Ty Simpson and pray he's good. I don't know. I don't want to do the Kyler experience. I just can't get there. Steven says, I had a little board from 9 days ago canceled. I figured it would be, but took a long time. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I've had a pre-draft contest canceled yet. Was it a Super Bowl people were taking Seahawks and Patriots draft? I'm curious. Who aims? Wonder when Underdog is going to open another pre-draft contest. I feel it might be soon. That'd be cool if they did, because I've already finished my war room and that's like going to max soon. Who aims? And there go all the QBs every time. Literally knew the goods pick despite having to. Yeah, it gets so thin. It gets so. At least you got Daniel Jones there. It is crazy how thirsty everyone is for 3 QBs in this in this meta. Michael Penix could come around, but of course, this is not the draft where we have 2 Falcons. I don't really want him unstacked. No, this we're not taking 9. We're simply not doing it here. We're simply not doing it here. Hold on one sec. We are coming up. Let's see what Mr. Vinegar does. He takes Tank Delt. We're gonna just grab Omar Cooper Jr. because I don't trust these apes to let the slappiest pick on the board go. He was great when he was free. Taking him at 177. We're losing the discount that we had, but I'm okay with that. I do like Omar Cooper Jr. quite a bit. I do wish I had 3 quarterbacks because I would love to take Trey Tucker here to pair with Mendoza. All right, let's do it. Let's live a little. Let's take Trey Tucker. We'll see what happens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 people with only 2 quarterbacks to our left, whereas to the right, T-Bear only has 1, Wheeler only has 1. So we'll see. Would like to get a 3rd quarterback on this team. Hartman says, Steven, I had a war room I did during the Super Bowl canceled. They must be doing a big sweep. Yeah. James Conner is Seahawks coded. Yeah, he could be like in that mold of guy they add. I don't know. I mean, he to me might be a little too big of a name, but I'm not sure. Knew Tucker wasn't coming back in this room. Oh, Trey Tucker? Or is there... But yeah, no, you said that before. I took Mendoza. So not... Sean Tucker. Oh, I like Sean Tucker. Yes. Downs is an elite pick. Oh, you need that 6th running back. Get this guy away from... He won the big board last year. He won the big board. It stinks. You have a sharp drafter next to you. You don't want the Herb QJ stack to happen. You have to take QJ to put... Yeah, T-Bear. I do say you have to take QJ first. Oh, it's after the Super Bowl. Okay. All right. Wheelrat says, don't have any Herbert yet because he was next in ADP. Easy stack, like going 2 QB before 10th gets thin quickly. Yeah, again, you can't get mad at the just add water stack. Don't need a 3rd QB with Stafford, Caleb, but go off. I think a lot of people are 3 QB at all costs. But yeah, it probably does make sense to build some where you're varying that somewhat. And we are a little prisoner of the moment with how many QBs like got injured / bench this year. Oh, because Good's adding Malik Willis there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, famously speaking of 1 QB rooms from Crutches, that was essentially when Liam won BBM. He had Josh Allen and Justin Fields, and I think Justin Fields contributed 10 points like over the course of the entire season, and was not necessary to the win. So if you actually do get an elite QB spike here, you know, there is a world where 1 QB can take it down. Just with how bad elite QB kind of was last year. We took Aaron Rodgers right there. We sprinted to the podium for that pick. All right, let's see. You need a 3rd even if you have Allen May. See, yeah, I don't know that you do, but it's so much more comfy, and that's just like the meta everyone thinks you do. But yeah, again, if you go back to Liam's BBM, you really don't. But you need to have the Josh Allen. What year was that? Whatever year it was that Josh Allen was just like the best player in sports history. All right, let's do another Keaton Mitchell share. We'll do another Keaton Mitchell there. Seems fun. We still need 1 more wide receiver and tight end, but again, we can push those too late. Predict Omar Cooper closing big board ADP. 1 35. Because I think I think if he has a good combine and the mocks keep putting him in the first round, he's going to keep rising. Frogclone says 150. I need a little board 150 max. Yeah, I agree. Crunches and goods. Not having the best time this morning. Not having the best time. Well, we need to message Newbie and not have, and work on the seating for next time. But also 3 QB rooms. If people are spending all their cap on QB, I'm fine with one. Again, I think people are scared to break the meta. So I think Crutches is actually touching on a legitimate point here, that just because Elite QB did not work last year doesn't mean we don't get that. My worry though with Josh Allen in particular is that the Joe Brady Bills don't seem to want to do that, but we could definitely see that happen, and it doesn't even have to be him. Where if you just have a elite quarterback who's week in, week out putting up points, or just having those like 45-point spike weeks, like you don't actually need 3. But good news, Crutches is having a great morning. Look at JD's team, plenty of 1 tight end or 1 QB. Yeah, for sure. Gab for life. I'm not sure. Well, he is. All right. Crutches says you just need 1 good one. People are drafting scared. Yes. I mean, I think some of the data does show that the 3rd QB hits your lineup quite a bit. So I get it. But I also think we should be building other formats where we don't just like from the start before we click any buttons say like I need a 3rd quarterback here. All right, did we miss we missed Freiermuth. All right, we'll go back. We'll take another Jeremy Bernard share. We have Mahomes, Mendoza, and Rodgers. I don't think I have anyone I naturally need to stick with them. And then as far as a late tight end, who do we want? I'll queue up Michael Mayer because he's live to get traded. If he doesn't, I think the Raiders will use enough 12. And if Bowers gets hurt, which has happened, Mayer could be a big beneficiary. And then I'll put Max, Claire, Trigg, Jolly, sort of Eli. Maybe we'll move up Eli Stowers. I don't have a ton of him. So I'll put it like that. The Goff, Love, Stroud, Darnold range Rhodes a couple rounds, but Allen, Lamar, Hurts, Daniels as cheap as ever. Interesting how ADP shifted. Yeah, it is. People are committed to the 3 QB build, but we didn't see those like 2nd tier move up that much. Though we did see like Drake May come down, and I think Caleb is starting to slip a little. Copy paste late. 3rd QB floor more valuable than random skill players in a vacuum, or maybe I'm just yapping. Yeah, I take mostly 3 QB. I take almost exclusively 3 QB because they are likely to hit your lineup and help. But I also think there are runouts of the year where you don't need that. So not every single team needs to be 3-6-8-3 or 3-7-7-3. Like I think you can mix in some other, fragile quarterback builds. Crutches says 3rd QB is the best build objectively, not disagreeing. Yeah. It's also much different to pre-draft to BBM. BBM 18 rounds, easier to get 3rd QB cheap here. I'm fine taking lots of shots on goal for rookies and random players. Yep. 100%. Wheel route, 3rd QB, good pick at very late. And I mean, yeah, we see Crutches here. He takes Ty Simpson as his 3rd QB. Yeah, so he's going 3-8-6-2. So very, again, I like doing stuff like this. He does a hyper anchor running back, taking a lot of shots, Tank Bigsby, elite contingent value. Mike Washington, you saw I have like 40%. I like the pick. Emmanuel Wilson, could be the backup in Green Bay. So yeah, fun draft. My team for the audio listeners ends up being a standard 3-6-8-3 with Mahomes, Mendoza, Aaron Rodgers. We have Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Tyler Algier, Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson, and Keaton Mitchell. Wide receiver room, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, Jacoby Myers, Josh Downs, Omar Cooper Jr., Trey Tucker, and Jeremy Bernard. Trey McBride, Travis Kelce, and Eli Stowers. So fun stuff there. Saber asking for Trig. We did Trig last draft, Saber. Terrence would have loved his draft if he got Rodgers, but alas. Yeah, Rodgers is... I like Rodgers because I'm pretty sure he's starting. So apologies, T-Bear, that he did not make it back to you. But Cousins and Tua hopefully are indeed playing football somewhere next year. Nice draft, ladies and gents. Indeed, Terrence Crutches says it's also much different. Oh, I read that before. Copy paste. Slade says if you wake up week 17 with just Allen or Lamar and 19 skill players and you feel good. Yeah. I mean, again, we just don't know. We just don't know. And if you could teleport all your teams to week 17, that would be good. The difficulty is surviving the gauntlet to getting there. Goods winning last year's team and had Kyler once again 2 QB fine. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's essentially a 2 QB team. A third QB team might make your lineup once, if at all. I don't know if that's true, Gab. I think the third quarterback hits your lineup more than that. Crutcher says second place, May, Purdy, 2 QB. Yeah, and Purdy was hurt most of the year. Third place, 3 QB with Milrow. I mean, don't be afraid to break the mold. Wheel Route FF. All right, Wheel Route. Best of luck out there in the content streets. Appreciate you drafting out of the 12 hole. Hope you and T-Bear got along there. Goods noting that no one's saying 3 QB is mandatory, but not sacrificing other positions if it raises your floor. I do not believe Crutches is being salty. I believe Crutches is I think it is all in good nature. Goods, do not fear. Allen so far doesn't miss a lot of games. Yeah, hopefully not, because it's the league is the league needs its Josh Allen's. I will say that. Size, indeed. All right, everyone. This was a ton of fun. Crutches says you're sacrificing massively with 3 in the first 12 rounds, with 2 in the first 9. Actually, well, I think I have. No, I didn't go 3 in the first 12. I'm marked safe. I'm marked safe. I only took 2 in the first 12 on this one with Aaron Rodgers. And BBM, you aren't when they're cheaper. Yeah, they will be cheaper in BBM. That is true because the position players that are draftable condenses a lot, and I think it pushes quarterbacks down. Gab had Stroud as the second or third QB 2 seasons ago. He might have made my lineup once. Well, again, that might have been a function of Stroud having a pretty down season, but again, I think the data has shown that it hits your lineup more than you think. Copy paste Slade says Rodgers probably has a 30 to 40% chance to hit your lineup on one of your other QB bye weeks. Yeah, I mean, and again, the gap between advancing and not in most pods is like 20 points or less. It makes sense. It makes sense. 2 in the first 10, 1 very late in 20 round drafts. Yep. I don't mind that. Again, but I also think you should try different builds and structures. Like there's not a one size fits all approach to these rooms. And even though we have a lot of data, we don't have a ton of slates, and we just, as Kitchen says, we just don't know. Chad didn't see my 8 running back build mogging team stat. I did. I didn't go over the whole. All right. You know what? I don't think I have time for another full draft, but we'll go over everyone in here's teams. So we've got Crutches with a 3-8-7-2 with Love, Daniel Jones, and Ty Simpson. Bijan, Jonah Coleman, Jordan Mason, Zach Charbonnet, Katron Allen, Tank Bigsby, Emmanuel Wilson, and Mike Washington. So again, the build mogging, running back maxing team here, 8 running backs. Yeah, I like the running backs you picked as far as a to pair with an anchor running back. Pickens, Rashee Rice, McLaurin, Carnell Tate, Jaden Reed, Casey Concepcion, Antonio Williams. Antonio Williams is a name I've heard some buzz. I don't think I've taken him yet, but I might have to mix him in. Fannin, Tyler Warren. I see your comment here. There was yes, you autoed a 6 wide receiver team. I assume you would have taken a 3rd tight end, but I don't know. Maybe, I mean, with Fannin and Warren, you don't need one. So maybe you really would have taken a ninth running back. I actually think you would have taken a 9th running back after remembering you had Fannin and Warren. All right, let's see. All right, Goods. Last year's champ. 3683. Caleb, Stafford, Malik Willis. So much ado about the Malik Willis pick there. Personally, I mean, Goods, I'll be honest. If I'm there, I'm taking Malik Willis. I am in that mold where I am taking three QB most of the time, and I actually think Malik Willis has a huge upside. So with respect to crutches, that's what I would have done in that boat. But I certainly I don't know. I certainly understand the instead of taking Willis, pushing that all the way to like an Aaron Rodgers type. I do that as well. Josh Jacobs, RJ Harvey, Byshell Tootin, Pollard, Kamara, and Braylon Allen. Puka, Nico, Luther Burden, Wandale, Surratt, Zachariah Branch, Cooper Kupp, Ted Hurst. Yeah, fun receiver room here for sure. I like these rookies that you added on. And then Fergie, Hawkinson, and Parkinson. Makes sense. I like the team. Okay, no 2 tight end. Gotcha. Would have been another running back. Okay, yeah, that's after seeing your tight ends, I thought that. Gab will draft 2 QBs, even 4-3 standard. My bet is optimal. Yeah, I've done a few 4 QB teams if I end up really late. If I don't take a quarterback for the first like 12, 13 rounds, I'll go with 4 in a 20 round draft. I know wheel route. I had to catch up too, but my Twitter feed, especially having gone to ASU, I'm already ASU centric, but the ASU frat leader is now taken over my timeline. Crutches knows he's not. I didn't think you were hating. Malik is a good pick. I think it's a little bit of context in YouTube chat can be confusing, but 2 inside top 100. I'm usually going 2 to 3. Yeah, it's funny because I guess for me, I don't find myself doing a lot of Caleb Stafford, so I'm not in this boat to begin with. My inclination would be I kind of would autopilot take Malik Willis there because I think he's like a big drop between the next ones. But I mean, I think you could go either way, or just stop at 2. It's hard for me also to stop at 2 with the not knowing the bye weeks. I'm not a big bye week bro, but it is pretty detrimental, like just not getting a QB score for a week, which always makes me more nervous than doing that on like BBM. Peanut Punch says if it's upside rushing 3rd seems strong. Yeah. Crutches, I have JD May type teams. If they fall, I almost never add a 3rd. Yeah. Again, I find myself adding a 3rd. I do that, and then I take. That's why I have so much Aaron Rodgers. Caleb was a fall. Round 7 and 8 and 12 isn't crazy when my capital when my running backs and wide receivers were already strong. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a nice team. Mr. Brad, any thoughts on QB being the least important part of the roster in playoff weeks? Def helpful for safe roll, but winning the flex. I don't know. I think that Brock Purdy and Sam Sherman would say otherwise. He kind of nuked when you needed it, and T-Law in the playoffs. If you had him, I don't know if I agree with this take. I think you need your quarterback to spike to win the playoff rounds. That's my thought. Like if you just pencil in like 18 to 22 points, like if you could just guarantee that, I don't think you'd take it. That doesn't seem like enough. Sometimes Cam Ward, yeah, that's true too. Sometimes 3rd QB is the charm. All right, let's go to Mr. Vinegar. You went 3683. Hertz, Nix, Bryce Young, Jonathan Taylor, Travion, Chuba, Gainwell, Rashad White, and Demond Claiborne. Drake London, AJ Brown, Parker Washington, Coker, Pat Bryant, Tank Dell, Marvin Mims, Jacoby Lane. So stack maxing here with Hertz, Nix, and Young. More than half of your wide receivers stacked. Kind of fun there. And then Loveland, Schultz, Kadon. Yep, good team here from Mr. Vinegar T-Bear, our king. What'd you do? 3683. Dak, Kirk, and Tua. Yeah, you really got locked out of quarterback there. Derrick Henry, Jalen Warren, Sean Tucker, Aaron Jones, Dylan Sampson, Joe Mixon. You kind of got locked out at running back. I hope these wide receivers are really good. CD Lamb, Ladd, Devonta Smith, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison, Romeo Dobbs, Rashid Shaheed, Keenan Allen. So yeah, pretty strong wide receiver room. I see where the draft capital went. And then Pitts, Kincaid, and Firemouth. Okay, yeah. So I guess it was the combination of going very heavy early receiver and then this Kincaid detour is why the running back room looks the way it does with Sean Tucker, running back 3. A little thin, but you've got some players, and you've got a Derrick Henry kind of anchor RB situation. I also see why Aaron Rodgers would have tied the room nicely together with Warren and Metcalf on here, and ultimately Firemouth. You made sure I didn't get that. And all right, sweet. Mr. Brad says flex players just differentiate more to me, but fair with the results last year. Wheel route. I see you're in here as well. What'd you do? 3683. Daniels, Herbert, and Derek Carr. Hopefully coming out of retirement here. Devon A-Chain, Genty, Montgomery, Tyron Tracy, Brashard Smith, Isaiah Davis, and then Tet McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Tyson, QJ, Godwin, Ayuk, Trey Harris, and Flournoy with Goddard, Andrews, and Njoku. Nice team. Derek Carr, kind of fun. Interested to see what he would go at if he comes out of retirement. Obviously, he will not be going at 239. Yeah, kind of a fun team there. QB position has to be strong to win larger contests, says Gab. What mattered more in the playoffs, Pitts, Puka week 15, or T-Law, Purdy? Well, I mean, I think honestly the truth is you tend to need both, especially like the one of 16 rounds. So that I think that would unfortunately kind of be my answer. But yeah, I don't know. My inclination would still be to stay quarterback. Firemouth is I like Firemouth a lot. And yeah, it all depends on your pod. And Wheel Route wanted Mims, where he got Flournoy. Hey, Flournoy is still a fun click. But everyone, speaking of fun clicks, this was a ton of fun. If you can, click on the sub button, click the like, leave a comment. All those things help so much. We're trying to get to 500 subs. We're 38 subs away. Would love to hit that. I will be back on tomorrow. Going to try to go live at 8:30 a.m. Might end up being 9 because we've been moving like a herd of snails here. But I will shoot for 8:30 again. Appreciate all of you so much. Hey, appreciate you, Frog Clone. Thanks for the kind words. I will see you all tomorrow. Everyone, take care.